Alright, today we have a real life scenario. Imagine you have a huge audience all over the world and you need to share some files as a security engineer. How would you do it? So, here we'll be implementing the concept where we'll be making some objects public. So, this is a basic tutorial to get started with AWS security. And let's begin. If we look at the architecture diagram, we need S3 first of all, where we'll be uploading files from our local computer to S3, and the files in S3 we call it as objects. In terms of technicality with AWS terms, we call it objects when it is there in S3, and those objects will be downloaded by the users and the files will be available to them. It can be media file, documents, images as per our need. So the file which I'll be using in the S3 is the dummy file, which is my image definitely. So here we go. I'm in S3. I'm in AWS console now. I'll type in the search S3 and here I have the S3. Let's go ahead by clicking S3. So first things first, in order for the files to reside, we need to create one bucket where the files will reside. So let's begin from the scratch. We'll be creating one bucket first. We'll be using general purpose. Let's give a unique name to our bucket. Now we'll be scrolling down and we need to make sure ACLs are enabled, but I'll be purposely creating some trouble. Let's create some trouble. I'll be selecting disabled, and here block public access settings, I'll be unchecking it. We can anytime change all these settings in S3. So for now, since I'm demonstrating the public access where we'll be sharing files with all the users worldwide, so I need to uncheck this. I'll click on I acknowledge. Versioning we don't need. I'll be tags are optional. I'll keep everything as default since this is just the basic. I'll click on create bucket. Now once my bucket is ready, I'm able to see the bucket here. I'll go inside the bucket and as you can see, there are no objects. Basically there are no files. I'll upload files from my local computer. I'll click on upload and then I'll click on add files and browse from my local computer. That is my image file. So here let's browse my own image file. I'll click on this file, click on open. If we are browsing multiple files, we need to check, but for now if we don't even check mark this, if I directly click on upload, it will upload to my S3 bucket. So amit.png file is being uploaded and here we go with the success message. Looks good. So now I have my file. So let's click here, select, then I'll click copy URL. Let's open this in a new browser tab and I'll hit enter. Let's see if we can open. No, we cannot open. That being said, we are getting access denied. So currently my file, that is image file, is not publicly accessible. So how do we make this image file as accessible? Since we have global audience, they need to maybe view the file, right? For their purpose. How do we do it? So it's fairly simple. We need to make sure it's selected. The objects are selected. For now my object is amit.png. Since I'm demonstrating just for one file, I'll make sure it's selected. Then I'll go to actions here, and here in actions there are pretty much a couple of ways to do it. If you want time limited thing, pre-signed URL, I'll share this concept later on, but for now if I want to make this as public, then you can see currently make public using ACL is currently disabled for us. As mentioned, I'll be during the beginning I have mentioned I'll purposely create some trouble. So this is a trouble I created. So it's not a straightforward process. So now I need to go to the permissions tab here, and now if I scroll down here, I can see edit is grayed out. So here is again a trick. If it was easy process, I would have done it easily, but now I'll go to object ownership. Let's go to edit, and here I can see ACL enabled. Let's enable it. I'll select I acknowledge, and for object ownership I'll give as object writer. Let's save changes. I must acknowledge it. I'll make sure it's checkmarked. Click save changes, and it says successfully edited object ownership. Let's close this. Now if I see access control list ECL is not grayed out, I have the edit button here. Let's click here, and I need to make sure everyone is able to read the file, that is the PNG file. Everyone, I need to make sure that they can view my image. So I'll make sure it's selected read. As a security engineer, we need to make sure least permissions we need to give in order to carry out the task, right? I'll click I understand. I'll go down, click on save changes. Now looks good. Successfully edited access control, it says. Now I'll go back to my objects, and here I'll again check mark this, and now let's see on the actions. Here we go. I can see make public using ACL. Now this is enabled, so I'll click here, and here if you look, we have the button here, make public. Let's click make public, and here we go. It says editing public access. Looks good. It says successfully edited public access. Let me close this, and now I'll get back to my tab where I was getting access denied. I'll refresh this page, and let's wait, and here we go. My image got loaded, and now this file is publicly accessible. If you have this link, anyone has this link, they can definitely view my file just like this. So that's what it goes. I'll quickly brush you through the architecture diagram where we are. So here we have created S3 bucket, a new S3 bucket where we have uploaded the PNG file, that is my image, and we have configured for users all around the world so that they can view my image. So that's what it goes for this tutorial. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Let's meet in next part of this hands-on series where we'll be implementing some more real life project scenarios.